Hello guys. Okay, this is now on taking a trade or making an analysis. Before you take a trade, you have to see some certain confirmations, and then how do you get that? You can spot that from different zones that the market has given in the previous time. Okay, let's start by drawing. I would like to make this very snappy because I think I have just 10 minutes of usage time here. Okay, this was a zone. Let's take that as one. This was another zone, you can see. So now it's the reaction of price at these different zones that would tell us what positions to open, either a buy or a sell. Sorry. Okay, anyway, that's not needed. Okay, now we're going to see how price reacts to those zones. We spotted them here. We spotted this from a resistance, previous resistance, and you can see the market respected it here and bounced back up. Okay, let's see how market works on this zone. Okay, you can see price. Okay, what happened there? Price rallied up here. Okay, so let's call there another resistance level. Okay, you can see market got to that resistance, broke out down to the last zone. You can see market has been playing around this zone for a couple of times. Okay, and you can see here when market got to this support, what would have given you a confirmation to jump in on a buy trade was this candlestick here, this reversal doji candlestick. You can see your TP1 at the last known resistance. But as you can see how market plays around zones. Taking trade is basically all about marking out zones and watching price reaction at those zones. You can see this zone here, we spotted it from a previous one before the market got into these zones, and right now you can see how the market keeps playing around the zones. Okay, while for those who trade breakout of zones, you can see they wouldn't have spotted an entry right here, but for those who like to enter their trade at the support level when they get their confirmation, would have been in here because of what? The candlestick pattern. This is a reversal candlestick pattern. Why those who love a breakout or a breakout and retest would have been observing the movement of the markets. Okay, so let's continue, see how the market reacts to this zone. Okay, you can see how price respects the zones. See how price respects the zones. Okay, now there was a breakout here. There was a breakout with this candle, and this was like what? A retesting candle. But some people don't see this valid for an entry. They wait for a proper market or price retest. That's after a rally up, maybe price comes back down to retest it and give some kind of reversal patterns, like reversal candlesticks. Okay, like the doji, the hammer candle, or a bullish engulfing. Okay, now over here you can see price finally broke out of the other resistance level we spotted, and what had the retest back before continue its move up. You understand? First thing to taking a trade is to spot zones from the previous market and the previous time frame. You can see all these zones were what was drawn on a previous market before price came to down to this level. Okay, now you can see a breakout of the other known resistance, and the market came back here to what? To make a retest, and it rallied up all the way to this resistance. And if you look here, this is like a supply and demand zone. Sorry, I'm trying to make it snappy because I have limited time here, just 10 minutes to explain everything I'm explaining right here. Okay, you can see market plays around zones, plays around the zones. First thing you have to understand is support and resistance, and confirmation or reversal patterns before we start looking at trading with head and shoulder, the butterfly patterns, W, and all that M formation. You can see with just support and resistance we were able to see good entries and good trades. Yeah, okay, right now you can see market has been respecting this zone, and over here market has given us what, another resistance. You can see this will help a new market. Even if you don't use this zone you marked out for this current period of time, later on when price comes back to that zone, you can watch price action and know what decision to take at that particular zone. Okay, you can see how price respects the resistance. You can see, okay, see here, price rallied back to this resistance. It gave what, an inverted hammer for a bearish position. This second entry, you can see a couple of reversal candles, and market sold all the way down to the support. Here it became a support because of the retest, as you can see, before market came back up to gather momentum. Market don't move all that in a straight line. Okay, now see this current market, people that waited for a proper retest, you can see the market just came back to retest it here, and since the retest there have been a couple of consolidating moves. You can see till when the market got what, momentum, and went all the way to TP1. That's the other resistance we spotted. And as you can see, these are zones I marked out before price started reacting to them. The zones were marked out from this previous area of the market, and you can see how price action respects the zone now. Okay, so you can see price action, and I see price action respecting zones, respecting the support and resistance. Once you can be able to spot your support and resistance and have a good knowledge of reversal candlesticks, then you're good to go. Okay, see, after a retest, you can see got to TP1, broke out, TP2. This was a retest of the initial breakout here. For those that usually wait for a clear retest, you can see market rallied back to retest it, and now still playing within our zone. More entry is spotted at the breakouts. You shouldn't just come in to the market and join a trade like that. No, you should wait for some of your requirements to be met. Like here, you can see if you missed this first retest, you can see after all markets moved, it came back, it retested it with a wick. All right, you can see, you don't just trade what you see, you wait for market to react at your marked out zones. That way, it's reducing the risks of a failed trade for you. The only reason why you should have a failed trade with this is maybe something like this happens to you, a week out, a week stops you out. As you can see, markets just respect and obey structures a lot. So what I want you guys to do is to pick up a chart, spot support and resistance down for me, then watch price action react to it as market goes on. From there, you should be able to learn one or two things yourselves and come back with your questions for me. I'm ever ready to take your questions. Do have a wonderful day. You can see I have limited time, just a few seconds. You can see markets came back here, but you have to watch. Be sure that your confirmations are met before you take trades.